This is Michael Perozzo. This is my beer story, and this right here, yeah, this is Academy Award winner Helles Hunt. That's the name of the beer. This is 5440 Brewing in Washougal, Washington. Again, another brewery back on the Columbia River Gorge. This is really, I guess, before you get to the gorge area where there's big cliffs and carved out, the river's carved its way through the gorge. It's a little before that. A little closer, we're about probably, as the roadways go, 20-25 miles away from the heart of Portland, Oregon. But it's a rural area out here. Just looking out the garage doors, can look out into a couple little industrial buildings, but then a lot of fields, a lot of trees, a lot of scenery. I'm here right now drinking this beer because I had to get back here and drink some more of it. This beer has a unique story, and it's probably the most excited I've been to do one of these and to tell a story. Because I got to have a small hand in brewing this beer. I've done some homebrew things. I've gotten to brew with Bader Beer and Wine Supply in Vancouver. I've gotten to be present and, you know, kind of watch as beer has been brewed commercially. But to actually have this beer brewed commercially and even have my name associated with it in any way, it's just absolutely mind-blowing. It's still one of those things that I'm super excited about. I'll find myself at odd times of the day just very excited about this beer and sharing it with folks. It's on tap at our office. I should reiterate, I guess, if you haven't watched too many of these videos, I work at a place called Zoom Media. We do marketing for a lot of food and beverage places. We don't work directly for 5440, but having been a part of North Bank Beer Week, which you'll hear about in my previous video, and you'll hear about it coming up here soon too. I'm sure a lot of my videos are going to refer to that because it's a big deal coming up here in our area really soon. I've gotten to know the guys at 5440, Bolt, Badger, Mike, who I actually knew Mike from Heathen Brewing, and he's at 5440 now, and just cool guys to know and hang out with. So we were actually at the opening, the grand opening, and not a grand opening, it was a soft opening. It was like an industry preview night of the new Hopworks brewery in Vancouver. And maybe it was the result of the number of beverages we consumed, but Bolt said, hey, you know, it'd be really cool to have you out to the brewery and do a collab together. And I was like, you know, usually like a collab means that like both parties have done a similar thing before, and then they come together and they collaborate with like their shared knowledge and experience of brewing beer. That wasn't the case here. This was the case of really someone I admire a lot in Bolt Minister. That's his name, Bolt Minister. It's a fantastic name. But really admire what he does a lot. And for him to say, hey, come out and brew, I just was like, yeah, okay, we're doing this. So we got it on the calendar, came out here, and what we brewed was this Helles Lager. Helles Lagers are typically maybe a little more grainy. That's kind of what you kind of I guess distinguishes them sometimes. we had the opportunity to use here a new experimental malt from Brew Malt called Synergy. And it made not only a fantastic Helles lager that has a lot of the characteristics you'd expect from a Helles, but an added little touch of this sort of a tropical fruitiness that's in there too, that really made it a complex and interesting Helles. So I'm really excited to share it with people, really excited to tell you about it. If you're in the Southwest Washington area, you can get a hold of it. The name of this is Academy Award winner Helles Hunt. And that was a result of doing something that I don't think is too uncommon in the industry when you're trying to come up with a fun name for a one-off beer. We were looking for things that, maybe a play on the word hell. You have Helles, hell. Maybe there's some movies out there that have a reference to hell or something like that in it. Something fun that we could play with. So we got as far as typing in HEL, and up popped Helen Hunt. Helles Hunt. Oh, that'd be funny. But then we were like, well, Helles Hunt. No, you wouldn't really know what we're talking about. What movies has she been in? And so we clicked on her profile on IMDb, and it reminded us that Helen Hunt has won an Oscar. It didn't really pop into our head that she would have won an Oscar. I mean, not that she's a bad actress or anything like that. It just didn't recall that she had won an Oscar for As Good as It Gets. So we had some fun with that and thought, you know what, there it is. Not just Helles Hunt. This is Academy Award winner Helles Hunt. It's a great beer. It's a lot of fun. I hope you get the chance to track it down and try it. It's probably not going to be available long, really, here in just the Southwest Washington area. So if you come across it, enjoy it. But I just had to share that story because it was a lot of fun. The beer itself, I mentioned the malt went into it. Used a little bit of pearl hops for bittering. Yeah, that's really that's about it. It's easy drinking, 4.6%, and I love it. I've been drinking a lot of it, of course, because it's easy to drink, not very high alcohol. It's fun. That's the best way to describe it, I guess. It's a fun one to drink, yeah. So, I didn't think about a beer question before I started this video, so what am I gonna ask? Let's ask this. What is the most fun beer name that you recall enjoying? Not just a beer that you saw, maybe, but what's one that you actually enjoyed and you drank it? You thought, this is a good beer. This is a great name for a great beer. Let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and do those YouTube things you do. You click like, you subscribe, whatever all that is. That'd be great. And we'll see you tomorrow with another beer story. Cheers.